Hello and welcome to a beer with Wraggy. It's been a long while since a beer with Wraggy, and a review I've just this second done kind of spurred me on to this. And my question to people out there in the beer world is: 3.4% a good thing or a bad thing? As we know, the government with this duty thing, 3.4%, as from what I understand, halves the duty that breweries pay. The only problem with that is that breweries, rightly or wrongly, I'll give you an example today. So today I was over in the Beeston area of Nottingham. There was a 3.4% beer from a good brewery, a cracking brewery. We'll not name the brewery for obvious reasons. 3.4% this beer was on keg. Obviously there is a difference in pricing between keg and cask. Cask always seems to be cheaper. Keg, never so. And it was £6.10 a pint on keg. It was a New England IPA. And I'd looked at the board and I wasn't overly fussed with what was on the outside bar today. I looked at the inside bar. 2 beers that I wanted straight away on the inside bar. And I'm looking at the next set of beers for round 2. Couple of beers were interesting. There was one beer that I was not ever going to have, because the pub's tied into a certain brand, and I'm just not interested. And there was a beer, and I looked, and I thought, New England IPA, £6.10, cracking brewery, yeah. And then all of a sudden I looked, 3.4%, and I'm like, what? £6.10 for a 3.4%. So, on cask, there was a 5.8% beer, which was literally about £4.80 for 5.8%, which is, yeah, oof. Can't follow that. And yeah, you're going to pay more for keg craft beers, keg beer. I get that. I do get that. But £6.10 for 3.4%. I've got to be honest, not doing it. Oh, that's my best bitter. Is it me? Am I jumping on a bandwagon? Or just, giving off a good vibe about not paying silly prices for beer that's of a low ABV. 3.4%, £6.10. Now the thing is, at £6.10, there were other craft beers on keg that were a much bigger ABV. Nothing above 6%, to be fair. This is a pub that doesn't do it, and I'm not even naming the pub because it's a pub I absolutely respect. So they're selling the beer at that price for a reason. And I just realised that my phone's on 5%, so it's gone dark. But unless somebody says something, things aren't going to change. And it doesn't matter who the bloody brewery is, be it a local brewery that you absolutely love, or a brewery from further afield, depending on where you live in the country. But £6.10 for 3.4% a pint, no, not doing it. For £6.10, you know, 5.5 to 7% on keg. Yeah, I can take that for that price in Nottingham. But we're not talking the centre of Nottingham either. We're talking Beeston. We're not talking the city centre, where it's going to be always going to be a bit more pricey, or maybe more pricey. We're talking a brewery that's not overly far away from the brewery. It's not Omnipolo who come out with expensive beers. This is a brewery who do a lot of cask, which is, you know, at a price that is very accommodating, shall we say. Yeah, easy pricing to sell. So why is the beer that price? £6.10. I just don't know. I literally don't know why the pricing is that high, and I didn't go for it for obvious reasons. My wife had a 5% on craft, which was below £6. I had a golden ale from a localish brewery, which was about £6.10 on keg as well, you know. And again, it was the same price as the 3.4%. And you know, I've got to wonder why something at that ABV, which is paying less duty, is at the same price. Now, is it the pub? I would be disappointed in the pub if it was the pub that are being greedy, you know. Or is it the fact that the beer's priced that much? They've paid it. They're going to sell it for, you know, a standard bit of profit above the line. It does beg the question, doesn't it? Same in supermarkets. When beers get reduced down to 3.4 and lower ABV, and you're still paying the same price, and then other beers have not moved on price, and it's you know, we all get that prices have changed. The world is more expensive, and the problem is that when you change a product by reducing ABV, as in the world of beer, that product is not the same product it was years ago. You're used to a certain flavour. A product that was say for instance 4% has gone down to 3.4. So there's a percentage drop there. 10% is 0.4. So there's a 15% change of ABV on that product. If it was 4 in the first place, and if it's 3.4 now, 15% change. So obviously it's cheaper to brew at that because you're not putting the product in. You're not putting the product in. And over, you know, especially on a massive scale, it's quite the, you know, cost savings. And then 3.4% also brings the duty down as well, so the duty is a lot lower on that. And again, it all brings things down. In essence, I'm not paying £6.10 where I live. Obviously, where we live is critical. Different parts of the country, different prices. I get that. I get that. If you live in London, you're going to pay stupid prices for beer. But in Nottingham, in the area where I was, £6.10 for a pint of 3.4, when other beers on keg from similar breweries, you know, and you're getting for around about the same price. You're getting anything between 5 and 6%. Makes a bloody difference. Makes a good difference. So I'd like to know, what do we think? You know, the plus side, if any breweries out there would like to explain, because I am a friend of breweries, so I'm not an arse to breweries. I'm not saying it to be an arse. You know, please never take me the wrong way. I'm saying it to, can you justify that price? I get that it's a craft beer. It'll be hazy and a hazy New England versus what may be not a hazy beer. So the cost of ingredients may still be there, but the fact of the matter is that the 3.4% should have been way cheaper than the other percentage beers on keg, because to get it onto keg it's different than on cask. I get that. There's going to be a price difference between keg and cask. There always is. But it's interesting.